everyone. Welcome to art class on this lovely Monday afternoon. It's a little bit windy and I just realised I left my phone on, so you get a, what's the word, echo. I had a lot of palaver getting my iPad to work so the camera wouldn't work, but anyway, Katie very kindly helped me sort that out. Today, I haven't asked for donations for a long time, but just today I'm going to ask if we could donate to this marvellous charity that helps homeless young people, run by my friend Philip Normal, who's the mayor of Lambeth. And he said he's a T-shirt maker as well, and I've designed a T-shirt that he's selling. You can buy for £25, and £20 of that goes to charity. But you can just give like £1 if you like, or whatever. But you don't have to, because I know by now a lot of people, we're running out of money. So if you've got some, please do. But otherwise, I know everyone's a bit charitied out. But, oh, thanks, Karen, saying hi to me and Tracy saying I look nice. Hi, Dina. Hi, oh, Julia's there. Marvellous. Hi. Tracy, hi. Kim, hi. Jennifer Corker, hi. Paul Wames, hi from Hull. Hi, Wayne. We were talking about you. Hi, Joe. Hi, Tony Howard. Hi, Pauline Gibb. Hi, Leslie Brown. Hi, Sarah Thompson. Hello, everyone. There we go. Well, I'd better get round to introducing my guest, hadn't I? Who I've known since I think he was 15. And he was fat then, but he's not anymore. But anyway, the name stuck and he's just called Fat Tony. To be honest, I think he got friends with me because I was fat as well. And so he had this cabaret act called Dine a Dog. And I thought if he got fatter people in it, he'd look thinner. That was my theory. But anyway, it didn't matter because we had a fantastic time doing shows at the Camden Palace and whatever. So anyway, before I chat anymore, let me introduce him, and then his story will evolve while you're drawing. And he's coming live from his lovely apartment in Pimlico. And if you're lucky, his dog might come in.
You're so true. I did actually get you in it because you were bigger than me.
I know your tricks.
Oh, it's the gay man thing, isn't it? Hi, everyone.
Right, so this is Tony. It's a beautiful flat with these beautiful peonies. Yeah. So he's going to try and keep the same pose for the whole time. Looking very.
If my dog allows it. Are you coming into the shot or not? You're coming in. Come on. Come on.
So you can get a dog to draw as well. Here, that's a treat for you all. Oh, Jojo saying hello to you. Do you remember?
Hi.
Oh, Donald got here. He'll do a lovely drawing of you. So that's a lovely picture for you to draw with Tony and his dog. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's Taylor.
This is Taylor, yes.
Yeah,
Taylor as in sailor.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely picture of you.
I'm putting your name, Sailor, with a T.
So you could, everyone, for your drawing, as usual, several quick drawings or a long drawing. Tony will try and keep the same sort.
I'm going to go, I think.
Or else you can.
Thank you, Celia Hammond. Wayne, we were just talking about you, Wayne. I was asking how you were.
Or else, if you like, you can take a screenshot and just draw from there. Whatever. So, Tony, let's talk more about the Diner Dog show. It was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, come on, it was amazing. There was like 15 of us at one point.
Tony was like young, about 10 years younger than the rest of us. Well, 8 years, but in those days it seemed like years because he was only about 15 or 16. Mm-hmm. Bossed us all around. He was in charge, getting us all to do these rehearsals. But
we used to go to those girls' houses in Bayswater, didn't we?
I know. Then me and Julia cycled there on our bikes around Marble Arch.
That Louise still lives there, you know, after all those years. Like, she's been there for like 50 years or something.
Yeah.
In that
what about when we had rehearsal in the job centre?
Do you remember?
And there was a cupboard full of toilet paper, so everyone just pinched the toilet paper because they were so excited to get free toilet paper. And we used to perform at Camden Palace, didn't we? Heaven.
Yeah, we did all. We did, you know, considering it was chaos, we did really well out of it, you know. It was only ever, you know, because the first Diana Dog show was me dressed as Diana Ross, blacked up, which would go down well today. But, you know, in those un-PC worlds that we lived in. and that was with me and Robert Durant, and then it kind of just grew and grew and grew, and then and it couldn't get any smaller because we was, you know, the ego went with it. It was just fun. Do you remember Diana Dog in Brighton?
Yes.
When we got the coach trip to Brighton.
It did. It was hilarious.
And half the cars got thrown out.
Oh, what a life it was those days.
It was fun, right?
It was. I loved it. Because, you know, it was showbiz glamour to me. Because I was a simple soul, you know.
Oh, you were far from simple. Hi, Julia.
Oh, she's there again, yeah. Oh, I don't know Lisa Marie Ortiz, do you?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I know Despo. Hi, Despo.
I remember the roadshow coach. That's the one we were talking about.
Do you know what? I don't think I was in that one because I was ill. Do you remember I got some operation or something and I couldn't go?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure because I remember everyone talking about it and I was ever so jealous that I wasn't there.
Yeah, we did it at Wild Fruit on the Tuesday night, I think it was, if I remember right.
Oh. So then, Tony, let's talk about your decline into drug abuse.
I don't think it was a decline. I think it's more of a natural progression.
Yes.
What do you want to know about it? It's kind of all been out. It's out there. It's kind of like, you know.
I know, but a lot of the people watching this don't know.
No, of course not.
I mean, I kept hearing stories that you're about to die.
Yeah,
had fallen off and things like that.
Well, as you know, what had happened was, you know, as my career took off and got bigger and bigger, so the more money I earned, the more money I spent, and the more money I spent on drugs. And, you know, I kind of was just always about having a good time. That's all I wanted. It was always a party. Life was one big party.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't pay tax. I didn't pay rent. I didn't pay anything. I just spent all my money on drugs. And I was earning a lot of money from over those years, you know. And
from DJing?
Yeah, from DJing, yeah, and from other like deals that I'd done with this and deals with that. And I, you know, at the end of the 28 years, I used every day for 28 years, and the last 10 years of that, it was really dark. It got really bad. You know, I'd lose houses. I had a beautiful house in Queen Square, which was just by Russell Square. And you went for a house, and you went into another house. And it was like a little cottage at the end of the garden. It was amazing. And it was called the Cottage in Queen Square, funnily enough. And you know, and I, you know, it was a dream house, and I lost all of that, and I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. And you know, at that point, you know, that was like, I'd say, I think it was about 96, 97, and you know, and I remember being made homeless, and Wayne gave me his flat. Wayne gave me a flat that he was selling in just off Brick Lane in Henyard Street.
Oh, I know it.
There, and you know, the kindness of those people that I never forget. Do you get what I mean? It's kind of like things like that. You know, I've come to a point in my life where I don't take anything for granted. I don't take people for granted, places or things. And I kind of, everything is cherished, especially the memories, the ones that I have, the ones that I really have. I don't have the memories of the bad times. I kind of think.
How old were you when you got very serious into cocaine?
I'd say,
professionally.
Oh, about 25.
Yeah, I know, because when I knew you, you didn't drink or smoke much or anything,
really.
No,
that's right. Yeah, it kind of. I mean, I really seriously had a heavy drug problem at 25. Because I remember I wanted to die about 27. I thought I don't want to live past 27. Yeah. And I remember crying on my 28th birthday. And my mum was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to die. And I didn't want to get past 27. And she went, "You're 28." And I was like, "I know." I was crying. But you know, it's just one of those things, and you know, and that went on for years. Years. Yeah. I'm 13. And nearly, I'll be in June the 10th. I'll be 13 and a half years clean and sober.
So that's amazing. So what made you finally give it all up?
It was like that or death.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I didn't have a choice of any other choices in life. My life got so, my addiction had completely taken over everything. And, you know, I'd started making a career out of being a car crash.
Yeah.
I let people, you know, I had this theory that I couldn't DJ unless I'd been up for 3 days. And, you know, it got to the point where I'd discovered, you know, it started off with cocaine. Cocaine would lead to crack. Crack would lead to crystal meth. then there would be temazepam, diazepam, rohypnol thrown into the mix. Then it would be like liters and liters of Jack Daniels, and you know, I didn't have a day without a drug in me for 28 years. Even when I was asleep, I was on some kind of pan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happened was, in the end, all I thought about for the last 18 months was death. All I thought about was my own funeral, who was going to come to my funeral, who I didn't want at my funeral, the song. Yeah. And that would change weekly. I'd be like, oh, I don't want him there anymore. And I was going to do this big video and, oh, you name it, it was going to go on. But, you know, the songs that I was going to be brought into Womack and Womack, Teardrops, then I was going to be cremated to No More Drama, Mary J. Blige. It was like just the drama of it. But that's all I had to look forward to was my funeral. I didn't have anything else to look forward to. I'd exhausted every avenue. And what happened was, one night I was at the Cross, and it was Friday night, and I was rocking backwards and forwards. And due to the crystal meth over that 18 months, I pulled all my teeth out psychotically with pliers, screwdrivers, bits of stick. You know, I had a thing called mesh mouth where I thought that my mouth was running alive with animals. I had mites living in my gums.
Oh, my goodness.
So I would sit rocking backwards and forwards, digging at my gums. And my teeth would get loose because of the drugs I was taking. And I would pull them out, and I broke them all off. So at the end of my using, I had one tooth left, and I was sitting in the cloth that night, rocking backwards and forwards, playing with that tooth. And my partner at the time walked in, and you know, he was for years been coming to the clubs that I was at, starting trouble, saying that to the promoters, "You're going to find him dead on your floor. Is that what you want?"
Who came
my
in?
partner James at the time.
Oh yeah.
And that one night he came, and he never came to the Cross ever. And he came in the back room, and I was like, I looked and I thought, I can't deal with this tonight. I'd already been out for 2 nights. I was really, at this point, just completely annihilated by everything. And he literally came and put his hand on my shoulder and looked at me and just said, "What happened to you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that God-given moment that changed my life. It was the gift of desperation had been given to me. And I looked at him and I couldn't answer the question. I started to cry, and I left Cross. And within 3 weeks, I was in treatment, and I went away for 6 months. And I came to London, and I've been going forward ever since.
Brilliant. You know, Cosette McCreary, she just wants to know, why did you start on the drugs in the first place?
Oh, it's in me. I've been an addict ever since I was a kid. You know, I come from an alcoholic family. My dad was an alcoholic. All his brothers and sisters were alcoholics. When I was a kid, my aunt used to come to visit us, and after school, we would run around. She'd be lying on the grass hills around the corner of Lavender Hill, throwing woodpecker bottles at the woodpecker cider bottles at the buses. And I was so drawn to that energy. I just loved it. I just was so drawn to it. And then what happened was, my dad would beat my mum, and all of that abuse that would go on with his alcoholism, that I never wanted to drink. And I thought, I'm never going to be like my mum and dad. But it was in me. Yeah. I was addicted to lying. I was addicted. I remember I went to hospital till my tonsils out about 6, and suddenly got all this attention, and I was addicted to the attention. So I would be in hospital every other week. I would fall downstairs. I would like fall off a skateboard crap. You know, I was so accident prone on purpose so that I got the attention, and I was addicted to that attention. So it was a natural progression, and the drugs just came in with the lifestyle I was leading. And I didn't stand a chance. I didn't. You know, people like me don't have a stop button.
I do find that a lot of people who do drink a lot do come from alcoholic families, don't they? It's like,
it's hereditary. You know, it's in our DNA. And, you know, the only way of stopping it is by stopping the cycle, like I've done. But, you know, if I was to have kids, most probably that would be in them. That DNA would be in them. They're most likely would be an alcoholic or a drug addict. It's the same. Alcohol's a drug anyway, so it's the same thing. But, you know, some people don't need alcohol or drugs to be an addict. They can be addicted to work. They can be addicted to food. They can be addicted to love. They can be addicted to sex. You know, it comes in many shapes and forms. And it's just about being aware of it.
See, I'm very lucky. I come from a quite lazy family. We're too lazy to be addicted. So it's too much trouble. But it saved my life, so I can't complain.
I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. I have to have the drama, otherwise I'm just like, don't know what to do with myself, Where are you going? You want to go?
No, you've got to be modelling. Taylor, sit there. You're the model. And has anyone else got any questions to pop up for the minute while we have a little... Any questions? Oh, Darren James. Love the Barry White song.
Yeah, ecstasy.
Perhaps you'd like to tell us about Victoria Beckham's birthday party on your...
What do you want to know about it?
Well, so you just don't... You see what was going on, or you just see...
No, I mean, I do all their part. I don't, you know, I do a lot of stuff with the Beckhams over the last like 5-6 years. I kind of do lots of work with David and his football team and stuff like that. So they book me for everything, which is great, you know, because they kind of know they're safe with what goes on and stuff. And with the Victorias, I was doing live feeds from my garden. I did one for Harvey Nichols and I did one for the Evening Standard for charity. And I was talking to her and I said, "Oh, should we do a VB one?" And she wanted, "It's my birthday." I said, "Well, let's do your birthday party for donations to the Children's Society live from my garden." And we did it, and it kind of went out to 2.5 million people. You know, it was great. And you know, and then the next day the furlough thing happened, and of course she got loads of bad stick. But you know, it is what are you going, Bubba? Or you want to stay? Stay.
Audience wants you, Taylor.
Yeah, you know, with any, it's, you know, it's kind of, it's like with any of those things, it's always fun. Do you know what I mean? I've done Brooklyn's birthday party just before we all went into lockdown, and that's where I caught COVID.
Oh, did you have it?
Yeah, I had it. Yeah.
What was it? Did you have to go to hospital?
So I had it. My friend Jake got it. Rose got it. Everyone, the majority of people at that party got it within the course of 10 days. We all come down with it, and I had it, and for about 6 days I was like, for about 10 days I had this severe headache, like build up, and then I got really sick, and I thought, okay, this is doable. If this is it, you know, I can live with this. I had it was like flu, but I was wise enough to get some steroids from my doctor for my chest because I have asthma. And I thought, if it's going to get worse, I don't need to go to hospital. So I went on steroids and antibiotics, and it went away on the Thursday. I was fine. Did Victoria Beckham's birthday. No, that's I did Harvey Nichols. And then at 2:30 in the morning, I woke up with the worst fever ever, like 39, 40 temperature. It was awful. And it went on for 5 days. And on Tuesday night, my doctor came and was like, "Okay, you need to go to hospital in the morning. If your temperature is still high, we're going to have to admit you." And I woke up and the temperature had gone. I'd broken the temperature, and thank fuck. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't go anywhere for about 2 weeks after. My chest was so I was so breathless the whole time, and I had the bad. I couldn't taste anything, but I could smell. It was really weird. Some people get both. But yeah, it was all right.
You're better now.
So I'm all right with it.
Oh, yeah, because I don't really know anyone who's had it much, really. A couple of people.
You know the Trotters, Debbie and Jane Trotterlow, don't you?
No.
Yeah, you would know them. Well, Debbie died and her mum died of it last week. No. They both, mother and daughter, got it, and they both died within a week, which was so tragic.
Did they have underlying health conditions?
Yeah, they both had asthma. My mum had cancer, and Debbie had asthma. But you know, there's so many people, because I live in central London. Yeah. There's so many people I know with it, or in hospital. So many people.
We're very lucky down here because hardly anyone's got it because there's loads of space. We're not all crammed together all the time.
Yeah. I mean, the majority of people that have moved down there have got far worse things wrong with them anyway.
Yes, I tell from the beginning.
I
know the ailments I've had since I've been here, beg your belief, but still, I'm all right.
Yeah.
How old's your dog?
She's 14.
Lovely. What sort of dog is
I got her 9 months before I got her 4 months before I got clean.
Yeah. Oh, what's the tattoo on your hand say?
That one says arrogant, and that one says hypocrite.
Says what?
Hypocrite.
Hilarious.
And the reason that is I tell people well, because I sponsor a lot of kids and like take people through the program and help people, and I tell them not to do stuff with his hand. Don't do this while I'm doing it all myself. And then this is the hand I tell people to fuck off with. Just like fuck off. Yeah, it's the arrogant hand. But yeah.
Yeah. And so, right, how did you decide to help people get off drugs and off drink and what have you?
You know, when you get clean and you come from that such trauma, you know, and you work on that trauma, you kind of just want all, you know, but the majority of my friends over the years had always had drug problems, and you know, and when you get clean, it's the 12th step of the 12 steps is, which is the program that I'm in of Narcotics Anonymous, is that we only keep what we have by giving it away. So it's a natural thing to actually want to help people. But I'm really open about my addictions. I'm really open about how I got clean and how I stay clean. A lot of people aren't. And for me, the more people that know that there is a way and there is a solution, the better. So I talk about it a lot. I'm very, as I say, you know, I'm very blessed in the fact that I have a platform to talk about it. So people come to me all the time and ask me for help. You know, I just did this film with Mix Mag, which was about my addiction. And it's been seen by 3 million people now, just over 3 million people.
I kept meaning to watch it before this, but I never got around to it.
Well, it's kind of I was just so shocked that it was 3 million people had seen it.
Oh, Nikki wants to know more about your recovery channel on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's called The Recovery. And what it is about, it's Wednesday nights. It starts in 2 weeks, I think. And what it's about recovery, but it's not only about drink or drugs and addiction recovery, it's about all recovery. So it's about people that, you know, I've got Katie Piper on there. I've got people that have lost everything in life. They lost that, you know, a woman lost her husband, her kids, her house. It all went in they died in a car crash and he had so much debt. She was made homeless and then went on to be a CEO of a massive, massive company, which I'm not going to say what it is because it's away. But, you know, she came from living on the streets to owning this fucking empire. So the whole idea of it is, it's just showing people that there's hope after. Whatever you're going through is only in the now. And that there's life after. And that's what the recovery is about. And it's going to be really good fun as well. It's going to be very light-hearted places.
But I think what you're saying is like very to do with now, because you can either sort of, lots of people are losing everything, but I think everyone's kind of in the whole world is suffering as well.
100%.
So I don't think you can spend time thinking about yourself too much because
you can't.
All you do
is to go into deep dark depression.
Exactly. So try and look on the bright side if possible.
No, you have to on anything. You know, when you're in it, you're in it. But you know, to come up, you have to be taken out of it to look back in on it, to see the wreckage and the pain. And from trauma comes so many amazing things if it's channeled right. And you know what we want to do is we just want to give people that glimmer of hope, because from hope comes belief. You know, and that's you know that's a major thing. When you start to believe in yourself again and you believe in others, then you can move forward. And that's what we want to do with the program. So yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about it. You know, I've got good friends on it. It's not all about pop stars and all that shit. It's about everybody. It's like, you know, it's about people that have been there, lost it, done it, and doing something totally different. You know.
Human beings are miracle things, really, aren't they? I spend a lot of time thinking about it. What we can deal with and what we can get over and what we can achieve. But at the same time, you don't have to.
No, I mean, I've been, you know, in my lifetime, I've been in so many dark places where I thought I'd never, ever come back from. And you know what? It's about putting one foot in front of the other and actually just thinking, right, I can do this. I can move on from this. However heavy or dark it is, there's always a glimmer of hope in it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just about change and accepting that change and not living in the past, because the past is where we were. It's not where we're at. And it's corny, but it's true. You know, so many people I know stay within that jam jar, walking round and round and round, breathing the same air. You know, you could take the lid off 100 million times, but they will never climb out because they're comfortable with their own shit. As I used to say was when I was in my addiction, my life's shit, but it's my shit. Do you get what I mean? It's like there's something really comfortable about that pain because that's what you become. You accept it. You accept that's where you're at. And you don't think that you're worth any more, so you try not to change it. This is where we're at. This is what I deserve, and no one deserves that. No one. So you know, if I can help anyone, you know, I get about 40 to 50 inboxes a day about addiction from mum, children, like just different people asking me for help or pointing in the right direction, and I answer every one of them.
Oh, that's good. But I think this situation here has shown how adaptable we are. Because imagine,
100%.
like before Christmas, people had said, suddenly you're not going to be able to travel anywhere, you're not going to be able to go to the shops, you can't do this. Everyone had gone, we never do that, we can't do it, it'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But like 99% of people have just dealt with it and coped and managed quite well.
Because we've accepted it. The ones that aren't dealing with it, the ones that don't accept it. You know, they can't comply to it. You know, the ones that are out having picnics and sunbathing and wanting to go back to work straight away and saying it's 5G and all of the other crap that's gone with it. You know, they're looking for other excuses that they can't, they're not comfortable with, okay, we're all in this together. So they rebel against it. You know, I think that I haven't moaned once about it because, you know what, for me, I don't have the fear around, you know, I've not worked. All my work's gone, right? Apart from the gig, the garden, blah, blah, for charity. But my work's gone. And, you know, I don't know when I'm going to be DJing again next, outside in the club or anything else, you know. And I see people moaning on Facebook all the time, I want this to be over. I've lost my, you know, 3 DJing gigs for like 150 quid each or whatever. And I just think, shut the fuck up. People are dying. People are losing their families. And you're moaning about 3 Poxy DJ gigs. Like, you know, what you need to reevaluate what this is about. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's acceptance too, isn't it?
It is.
Not forever. I think, you know, as we know over the years, the amount of trauma and bad things that happen, such creativity comes from it. Yeah. These are really creative times. Look what you guys are doing in your isolation station. It's really creative. And you know what?
Oh, they're doing a brilliant job.
But so much creativity will come from this. It really will.
And people perhaps realise they don't have to keep travelling abroad every 5 minutes. And
they
don't have to travel to meetings.
All of those shit clubs that they all think they're missing will hopefully all close down. And then something really amazing will open. Magically will open. All new enterprises and new exciting clubs and new exciting ways. You know, venues full of drink and like full of drugs and, you know, zombies isn't the way forward. That's not 2020. Do you get what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, it's just about moving forward. And you know, all things have to come to an end.
How do you feel when you're out and there are all those people off their faces nagging you, play this record, play that record?
It means I laugh. I love it. You know, I still get off on that energy because it's not. For me, it's not a trigger. I know that I never want to use drink or drugs again because I know where it'll take me. If I put a drink or a drug in my body, it won't take a year for me to be back in that place. It will go instantaneously. I will, within a week, I will be selling the furniture. Do you get what I mean? I will sell everything. Because, so for me, it's when I go to those places, I don't have a problem with drug use or alcohol use. I have a problem with abuse. People are using drink and drugs and having a great time. I love that. But it's the ones that don't know how to have a good time on it. That's when I will say something or they'll come, you know, that's the problem with me.
And they'll be sitting at home on their own doing it for days
on
end.
Locked in a room.
Can I just remember that the worst days of my life when it was a Sunday morning and you and Simon Hinton rang up and said, come round. We've been up all night. We're having a great time. And I think Lee's dad was staying with me at the time or something. I wanted to get out of the house. So oh my God, I've never seen that would put anyone off drugs.
When he lived in that house with the 2 turrets.
Yeah. And you were all so vile. You were just like monsters. Being vile to each other. You were horrible to me. I only stayed 10 minutes. I had to get out.
We probably thought
It's
we were
really-
having a really good time, Sue. That's what it's like, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't time.
You get to that point in your life where you're so worthless that you treat other people with such ill respect to make yourself feel better. You know, it's called deflection. You deflect your pain onto other
I
people.
know it very well.
Terrible.
You know, times in my life when I've been depressed and fed up, and I know I'm being horrible to people, and it's just an endless spiral pattern. Because you're horrible to people, they're horrible back to you, and you feel worse.
With it.
Because you know you've been horrible.
Yeah, it becomes flow, and what happens is it just carries on and on and on and on and on. There is no stop to it because you're all enjoying it. It's like having a cold sore that you keep playing with. You know, it's that gnarling pain that you know if you touch it, it's going to get worse, but you can't stop touching it.
I know it well.
Yes, we all know that one well.
Yes. Right, now here's a question from Nikki Grace. Did you have to address process addiction on your journey?
What do you mean, process addiction? Processed foods?
It's up there now. Yeah, did you have to address process? I don't know what that means.
Oh, God, yes, of course. Listen, you know, my addiction, since I put down a drink or drug, has manifested into sex addiction. At 6 years, I nearly lost everything to sex. I left a house yet again with 2 dogs, and that was it, and a relationship, and then had to rebuild, and then it generates into the worst one of all, which is the phone, which is media addiction. You know, social media. You know, I'm so addicted to it that I could spend 16 hours a day going from 3 different apps backwards and forwards. And if you throw Grindr into the app, where you're getting false adoration, you're getting likes for thingy, you're sending pictures of your dick where people, you know, it's all, we live in this world where you're feeding those addictions. I've had to address all of that stuff. Really, really big time. You know, the biggest one is probably sugar. Sugar's the worst for me.
Don't. I'm always on and off the sugar.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. You know, I battle with it all the time. I gave up for 6 months, and then I was doing some TV thing, and I had a cabbage cream egg in my rucksack, and that was it. Had the cream egg. The next day, I was fucking like back way wallowing in sugar fucking misery again. But yeah, no, the process. You know, there's so many different arms to it, and I think that the phone thing is the worst. Grindr apps, terrible. You know, you don't go on there and find one guy and have sex. You go on there. That's never enough. You know, you have to, and it moves on and on and on and on and on, and before you know it.
But I want to know how those people dealing with it in the lockdown.
They're still doing it.
Really?
Of course they are.
Oh.
I put on Facebook the other week, this is quarantine, not quarantina. You know, they're all still out there using Tina. They're all out still having sex parties. You know, it's mad. It really is. You know.
What's the matter?
Mad, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you know, it's nothing I've ever done, that sort of thing. But
you know, I'm human, so I have to, and I'm human. I'm an addict, so I have to have things. I have to try and use things in a non-fixing way. So if I'm having a bad day, I'll have a can of Coke.
Yeah,
that will give me that spike. But therefore, I'll have to have that one can of Coke won't fix me. I'll have to have 6 cans of Coke.
Yeah,
you know, because you know I'll start to come down off the sugar, and I think, oh my God, I need more sugar. So for me now, is not to try and fix on simple things like a can of fucking Coke.
Oh, there's a nice. Can you read this question here?
Yeah. How did you find the strength of your sobriety, and what keeps you going apart from the fear of dying? Life. I love life. I love who I am today. For about 3 hours a day, I'm comfortable with who I am, and that's a fucking milestone. Before, because I hate who I am. I suffer from imposter syndrome. I suffer from body dysmorphia. I suffer from so many different things, and you know, if I stay clean and I stay sober and I work my program, I can deal with that stuff. So for me, it's not an option to change that. You know, the fear of losing who I am again is the biggest thing that keeps me. I love life. I can be who I am, travel the world, do what I love, and you know, it's amazing. And that all comes from one place and one place only, and that's recovery. Without recovery, I would have been dead 13 years ago.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You've been a The coffin had been tiny. You'd be so skinny in there.
You know that.
Yeah, I know. What was I going? I was going to think something interesting to say, but I can't think of it. Hang on. Have I got any other questions? Any other questions? Oh yeah.
Taylor.
Taylor, you're popular.
Taylor, come on, city girl. She's coming. She's been in hospital. She had a really bad leg, and they've only just fixed it. And then next week she's having stem cell treatment. Come on, come here.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, they can fix. She's got really bad arthritis. Come here, darling. She's got really bad arthritis, so they can fix it by stem cell. Come here.
Yeah.
Let me get her. Hang on.
Okay. Okay, I like saying it like that.
Come on.
Taylor. Taylor, be it right. Is it spelt like sailor, isn't it?
Tailor.
Yeah, Taylor. It's a lovely dog. Is it what sort of style? I don't know about dogs. What
style? She's a breed. What type of breed? She's a Jack Russell Staffordshire Bull Terrier cross.
Oh.
We call it Stafford Jack.
Yeah, everyone down here's got dogs.
But she, I bought her as a staff. But I mean, her ears stick up, so she's not. But you know, Taylor has been through everything. Since I got clean, Taylor's been through everything with me. She judges me. She's got the best character. Every emotion she knows. She knows when I'm happy. She knows when I'm sad. She's amazing. Amazing dog. And when I got her, I bought her as a guilt present for my ex-boyfriend. I'd been out for a week and I came back with her. But I went online looking and I found this woman on Craigslist who said she had the mother and father and probably. I went to meet her and she met me at the train station like all puppy farm people do. And she had this other dog and I was like, no. And I looked in her car and in the back of the car in a cage was Taylor. She had mange, she had no fur, she was shaking. And I was like, oh my God, I want her. And they were like, no, you can't have her. So I said, you either give her to me or I'll call the police. So I took the dog off of her and paid her and took Taylor home. And it took Taylor about 3-4 months before she could even walk on grass or on the ground.
Oh,
so traumatized. And she's just been the most amazing character. She's had cancer 3 times.
Oh,
perhaps
I should get a dog.
You should get a dog. You really should. It's the most amazing thing in the world.
Yeah. But I'd have to get up early to take it for a walk. Hang on, here we are.
Do you ever feel there will be eventually more treatment specific to LGBT community open in the UK at the moment? Services seem few. Yes, I mean, me and my business partner, we opened a treatment centre in Thailand called Resort 12 2 years ago with a company called The Cabin, and it was a treatment centre within a treatment centre, and it went really well. But you know, then the company got taken over and blah blah blah. So we left. But since then, I've been working with a place called Allington House, which is in Bournemouth, where I went and got clean. I got clean there, and I went back there and trained them all. And now they're open to G and crystal meth abuse, and they get about 70% of their clients now are LGBTQI. Yeah. And you know, when trans girls and stuff like that come into the recovery, you know, they get within the system, or they get arrested, they get sent to male prisons, or you know, they've been busted for dealing. They get treated really badly, and there was nowhere for them to go and get clean because most treatment centres didn't know how to be caring and show them the love that they needed. So with Allington, that's what we set up there. So they get lots of trans girls and boys. It's great. It really is. But there's a few more a few more treatment centres going to be opening. Hopefully, I know of one which was going to be called the Chapel down in Little Farringdon, down by the Cotswolds. But I'm not sure it's going to open now because of the COVID thing. So, you know, we just have to wait and see. But, you know, there is a really big need for it, as we all know. You know what we like, the gays? We love a drug.
Funny, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I know. It shocks me. Wonder why. Do you remember my flatmate who died at that slamming party?
Which one?
Michael Flynn, the one who worked at Gucci.
Oh, of course I do. Yeah, Michael, yeah.
Terrible to do. Because he was so fussy about his health and everything, he'd weigh his pasta out before he had his dinner. Wouldn't he?
This is what it's like, you know, the majority of crystal meth users are all, you know, are all professional males. You know, they're not. It's not a street drug.
I know.
They what it is like all things. You know, they start off by partying and they get addicted. You know, they're not born addicts, but, you know, they're dealing with one of the most addictive drugs on the planet. G and crystal meth together, fucking hell. What an addictive combination that is. You know, you're adding sex into it. Sex, you know, anything that prolongs or drives you is a must for the gay scene. So, you know, all of these guys are falling into that trap. You know, it's very sad. But, you know, there's a lot of, you know, myself and a lot of other people are doing good things to try and help that. But you can't help people that don't want to be helped.
That's true. You have to. It has to be inside yourself, doesn't
it?
Get
away. Just stay. Like, look.
Oh, he loves you so much. It's like me and the sugar. I can give it up for 4 months quite happily. It's fine. And then you have it once, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. One is too many, and 1,000 is never enough, Sue.
I know, and then in this time, you think, "Oh, I deserve a little treat. I've stayed in all day."
Always, I do exactly the same thing. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. I'll tomorrow. Yeah, always. I always do. I'll go on that bike ride tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. It's fine. Yeah. Always.
But I try and do every day. I try and do something I can be proud of, even if it's just plant some seeds in the garden or water the garden. Polish the floor. I think that's one thing I've done. I haven't absolutely done nothing because I am prone to laziness. So,
but that's self-care. That's lovely. What is true? G's a drug. GHB. It started off life as a drain cleaner to clean knives and kitchens and stuff. And basically, what they do is they take 1.3 or 1.5 in a pipette and they mix it with cocoa and they knock it back. And what happens with it? It goes into. If you do too much or you drink on it, you go into you collapse and go into an almost coma-like spasm type fit. But it's so addictive because what it does is it gives you this really big sex drive. It makes, you know, it turns people into sexual predators and animals. So that mixed with crystal meth, which prolongs that, it's a lethal combination. So that's what G is.
Oh, dear. Oh. It's a whole new world to me. I'm an innocent in these worlds. I think Donald's just on the picture if you want to have a look. Hang on. Oh, now what else can we talk about next? Now, so what do you do of a normal day then when you're locked in your house?
Well, lockdown. I've been working a lot. I've been writing. I'm writing a book. So I'm writing a book with. You met him. Well, you spoke to him the other day with a guy called Michael Hannigan. And he's ghostwriting with me, he's compiling. There's several people involved in the book. The book is, so I get up in the mornings, normally do an hour or two on that. Then I take every day, since lockdown started, I've taken a self-help group at 1 o'clock.
On
for Narcotics Anonymous. So I take that every day. And then in the afternoons, I normally go for a ride to Battersea and I feed the parrots or whatever, or after work, you know. I've just signed a big deal with a drinks company, like called Energy, which is like a health drink, and it's actually amazing. But it's got this leaf in it called Jaguar, which is there's no caffeine in it, no sugar, nothing. But it's an energy drink because it comes from this leaf. I've got to learn more about it, obviously, as I'm like now working with them. But you know, so I've been working on that with them, and I'm doing there's talks about me going in some well-known TV program at the end of the year. So I've been having meetings with them for the last 3 weeks, every other day. Yeah. So I might be going and eating grubs soon. Who knows?
There we are. I told you there'd be someone in the past.
You're not holding a grudge. You've been holding it for 35 years. Whereabouts in the Great Gear Market did you work?
I have to wait.
What was DJing at Harry's wedding like?
No. Oh yeah, this is what I want to know. What was DJing at Harry's wedding like?
Like any other fucking wedding, a nightmare. Weddings are nightmare. You know, you get.
Did you have to be checked out that you were?
Yes. So I signed. I'm not. You know, I've only been allowed to talk about this for the last 4 weeks. So it's like any other wedding. You have to sign disclaimers, blah blah blah, and it kind of. Yeah, it's just that people are really drunk and they're really annoying. It doesn't matter whether they're royalty or they're anyone. It's a wedding. All weddings are the same. They're all on it. They want to dance. They want to get, like, you know, drive you insane. They've all got a million and one questions, and they're all DJs. Everybody's a DJ at a wedding.
Oh, all coming up and telling you what to do.
Oh yeah. If you play house music, what do you think this is? This isn't house. This is something else.
Can you see this picture? Hang on.
Show me.
It's Donald
No,
Urquhart.
there is no picture there. Look at it.
Oh no, it's gone. There we go. Oh, I can't even get there. Can you see it?
Oh, I can see it. Yes.
It'll be really good. It'll be up at the end. That's from Donald Urquhart. You remember him, don't you?
Of course I do. I love Dirty Donald.
Yeah, he likes a drink.
So you know where I met Donald? I met Donald when we worked in Jones in King's Road. I was working in the Great Gear Market. Donald was the new kid at Jones, and in those days he still had that quiff as well. Yeah. And he was working in Jones, and we used to go. He always used to wear Catherine Hamnet, and we used to go in there all the time. I used to go steal all this money out the till every day, me and Richard Haverley.
I find that hard to believe.
We'd go to Jones and would spend it, and Donald used to work in there, and Donald would tell us all these things that he did at the weekend. So we nicknamed him Dirty Donald. Then. Yeah, that's fucking, you know, I was 15, 16 then, 17, yeah. Well, with Ben and Zena, oh God, no way. So Zena, we sent Zena a wreath. This woman who owned a store in Great Gear Market, she sold all these Hum's dresses. And the woman I worked for hated her. And they were like at war with each other almost. And one day we I don't know what happened, but we went to the florist and booked a wreath saying, sorry, rest in peace on it, and sent it to her. I remember the woman I worked with had to change her hair colour and everything. It was hilarious. It was my idea.
Aren't you? I remember the story. Oh, hang on. Oh, Katerina knows a lot of your business.
She does, doesn't she? I love your friendship with the amazing people such as that, you know, Becca, Sharon, Osborne. But you're almost family like we came off how you met. Who are you asking how I met? All of them or just Kate?
Yeah, Kate Moss, I think more.
Well, Kate's just, you know, I've known her since she was 14. And she's Kate to me. And, you know, I knew her before she was a supermodel. And, you know, she's probably one of the most nicest people on this planet because she's so Croydon, it's unreal. Do you know what I mean? And she's never changed. She has
a few times. She's absolutely lovely.
She's now 2.5 years clean, and it's incredible. You know, I took her away to Thailand. I kidnapped her and took her away to get her clean. Kate's just, I adore her. And, you know, we all the other people, you know, I've known for a very long time. I've known a lot of people. We come from that era where everybody in London we didn't have social media. So what we did do was we got out there and we used our mouths and we used our whatever creativity we had as platforms to push ourselves forward. So all of these people, your friends with pop stars, they weren't pop stars. They were just people who were looking for creative avenues to go down. And some of them fell on their feet. Some of them worked their fucking bollocks off to be where they are today. And, you know, that's kind of like their lifetime friends. It just so happens that most of them have really good jobs.
I know. So I always say, people who went to Taboo, they're either dead or really successful.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, I really hate when people talk about Taboo as well. It pisses me off. Because you know what? Do you remember like the first 3 months of it when it was dead and it was just us lot?
I know.
Do you remember?
I was in hospital the first night having my ovarian.
Yeah, you weren't loving you. You wasn't there, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Me, I think you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And do you remember how empty it was all the time? It was just us lot all the time.
Then all of a sudden it got busy.
We got busy because it was something in the papers. And then the likes of Jill was working in the toilets with a stupid cardboard hat on, and all of those people came. And it was just like, then it's suddenly, you know, I think George came once. And then it was like, I think Boy George come once, didn't he? But, you know, then suddenly it was like, it become this mythical thing that, you know, and then everyone stopped dying, and that was the end of it.
When people ask me about it, I go, well, it was just like a disco. You got drunk.
It was. It was a disco. It was our disco. And it was, you know,
nothing super special.
I remember I used to smoke cigarettes there just to get high. That was before I did drugs. And I was like, it's a buzz puffing a cigarette. And so like that. Poppers was our limit then. Do you get what I mean?
Tell me about all the drugs going in the toilets. I never saw it. I think I'm a simple soul, but I didn't see it all going on.
There weren't that much of it. I mean, party. That was it.
That was Simon Hinton got it closed down by selling the story to the papers.
Well, look at where he's at today. You know what I mean? Pyramid schemes.
He's happy.
Yeah,
well, and can I ask you? So was the Queen dancing at the?
No, she wasn't there.
Oh, wasn't she? She didn't stay for the night.
There were 2 parts to it. There was the early part, which was the reception.
Yeah.
And then they had a private party later, which is what me and Idris did.
Yeah. Oh. But were they all like dancing and that?
Oh, yeah, they were all dancing. He wants to get up on the sofa. Hang on, sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
See how shallow I am. All I want to know is about royal weddings. When I'm really bored now, all they're on is Channel 5 royal programmes. So I just sit and watch them. Yeah. I'm obsessed with the royal family a bit.
Someone just said that they like my memes.
Oh, thought your jokes you have on
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram, yeah. Where'd you get them from, Tony? Did you write them yourself?
Well, no, they're stolen. I mean, like literally.
I know.
I make up, say, realistically 15 to 20% sometimes of them. The rest are sent to me, given to me, made for me, stolen. I see stuff and I take it all the time and I store it. I have about 70,000 pictures on my iPhone cloud on my phone. Let me tell you exactly how many I've got. Hang on. Today I have. I have 55,748 in one. Yeah, blah blah blah. So it's just so what I do is I just take these pictures all the time and I just put them in my phone, and then it's about timing for me. I always think, oh my god, that could be really good right now. Like last night I did that. As soon as they did that speech, I did the Nando's thing. I put that straight up the gauge, the chili gauge, and suddenly
did you take
it? It was like people were making memes of it, but I was like, I just did it straight away, and it's kind of like it's just about timing. And I mean, I get so much work and attention from Instagram.
Yeah. When you were at school, did you do well at school?
No,
but
I did well at school.
Pardon?
I did well at causing trouble at school.
I can imagine.
You're
very quick-witted.
Primary school, yes, I was really teacher's pet in primary school. As soon as I hit secondary school, the first day of secondary school, I went and I had a corkscrew perm.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
With country born gel in it. And I remember the boys calling me Sally. And I was like, well, fuck all of you. And that was it. That was kind of like where I turned. And I kind of thought, well, they're not going to bully me. I'm going to bully them. So what I did was I hung out with like these 4 big black girls in the school. Marcia, Sandra, and what was the other one? Anyway, they were like, they ruled the school. So I become one of their gang. We were like on Vogue. I was Louise. No, but we just ruled the school. And I was kicked out of school at 14 for having sex with my drama teacher. So it kind of was like me.
Your drama teacher?
Yeah, well, you knew that story, no? Yeah, no. He got laid off, and the school decided that because I fell through a window and broke a window at lunchtime whilst having sex with him, they were more concerned about the window.
How old were you at this time?
15.
No, why did you say that?
Because that's before. So I left there and then went to work in the Great Gear Market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I worked in NHS.
If you put your mind to it, you'd be very clever. So quick.
Well, I've survived. I'm a survivor, so I put my mind to living. I have really good ideas. It's just the orchestrating of them sometimes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I've got a team that work with me now, so I'm all right. I kind of.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Katerina wants to know: did you help Boy George with his sobriety?
Yeah, I did. I got him clean. Yeah, he's very vocal about it. It's in his new film that they're doing as well. There's a whole thing on how I got him clean. But yeah, what happened with George was I got clean. I was a year. I just come out of rehab and I bumped into him, and he was. So no. So before rehab, it was Christmas, and I was at my dealer's house in Camden, lying under a rug, And in walked George and stepped over me and like was like, oh, and I said, oh God, what are you doing here? He was like, you look awful. I said, well, you don't know much about yourself. And I said, he said something to me, and I said, well, I'm going to rehab in 2 weeks. And he was like, really? You said that before. And I said, no, I am. I'm going to get clean. And that was it. That was the last time I saw him. Then he had all his trouble, and I was in rehab. I came out of rehab and bumped into him. He was walking down the road. No, I was walking down the road. He was in a car. The car stopped at the zebra crossing, and he got out. And it was like his legs were going everywhere. He was going, yeah, I'm clean too. And I was like, oh my God. And then 3 months went by, and his sister rang me and was like, oh, George is in a really bad way. So I went up to Highgate, up to Hampstead, and kidnapped him and took him to a meeting.
Yeah.
And he is now 12 and a half years clean.
I know. Oh, you've done so well.
I moved in with him to help him stay clean. But yeah, it kind of was like, yeah. But he tells everyone that about it, the fact that I got him clean. So, it's we lead by example. That's how it works.
Yeah. Oh.
I just got to look at my boyfriend then when I said we lead by example. He turned around and went, I said we lead by example. David turned around and went.
Doesn't he pay any attention to you then?
Of course he does.
Yeah. Oh, he's back from the shops?
He's back from the shop.
Oh.
Hello, David.
Hi.
No problem. Did I go to the Batcave? Of course I went to the Batcave. Where I met Simon Hobart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with his big Mohican hair that he used to have. We used to go to the Batcave when it was at the top. You used to have to go up in the lift. What was the name of the club, Wayne? Wayne will know. Where the lift was and Batcave was on the top.
Oh, where Gary's Rockin' Blues was.
That was in the basement, and the next door.
I remember going up in the lift.
We went up in the lift to the top, and it was.
But the Batcave moved to Leicester Square, didn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Because that place shut down. I'm surprised Wayne doesn't remember the name.
What was it called? You went up in the lift. Oh, your new job for the British Fashion Council. Well, Tony, you're doing very well. What's that job?
I work with them all the time on different projects.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this new humanitarian thing with them, where we're going to help people in third world countries and stuff like that. Because it's about reducing water and stuff like that they use in fashion. So yeah, I mean that's been put on hold as well at the moment with COVID and stuff. But I always do the fashion awards and stuff. I think the Fashion Council are amazing. They do some really good stuff, especially for young designers.
Oh yeah,
they give them a really good platform that they wouldn't normally get.
Oh, David Braysher hated the Batcave. It was too goth.
Yeah, of course. I only went there to take the piss. Yeah, Dean Street. It was on Dean Street. Where Townhouse is now. So Townhouse.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
And downstairs was Gazzy's. Upstairs, you went up in the lift, and it began with. It wasn't Valbon. It was.
No.
You had to buy another one.
Wasn't the Kilt?
No, the Kilt was around the corner.
I went to 5 Shop. Nowhere's got these.
That's gone, man.
I would order on the line, but because I go to big cartridges already, I bought that. I need to give you 20 quid.
What's the ball?
Look at me. Another vape. He's got like 6 now.
Vapes? Oh, I hate a vape. I'd rather have a cigarette than a vape. They're disgusting. Oh, when you get
look at oh, it's gone. Look at the side. Look what they put up.
What? Where are you looking?
Oh. We've been engaged a long time. I don't know. I think what will happen is we'll just fuck off and do it. Do you get what I mean? Although we have so many wedding planners, people that are saying, "Oh, I'm organising this and that," and then something happens and we don't do it, and
we're getting our divorce attorneys in place before we get them married.
Well, Tony, guess what? Our hour's up.
It's not up, is it? Wow, that flew by.
Quick.
How comes Julia kept quiet? What's going on with Julia?
She's too busy drawing. But I've enjoyed this so much, finding out you're an inspiration. And I'm sure it's been very helpful. But now, wait there. We're going to get some pictures up, I think, are we?
Oh, please. I'd love to see them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Oh, I love that. David, look at this one.
I don't know.
Amazing. Who did that one?
I don't know. Because Katie hasn't put the names up. Oh, look.
Go back to the other one. Look.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's really good.
Brilliant. That's so good. That's amazing.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
Taylor looks good.
So, oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's cute.
That's good as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
That one's really good. Taylor looks really fat.
I think that Mel
Oh,
did
that's
that
amazing.
one.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I like that.
Oh
my God, they're excellent.
They're really good.
I told you they would be.
That's amazing.
People like me don't have a stop. Oh, see, Tony Howard from
I like that one.
I love that.
Can we get one?
Oh, that looks really like you, Tony.
That's so like me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can we get the best one?
I'm sure we can sort some arrangement out. Oh, I like that. Oh.
Oh.
That's easy. Oh, I love that.
I look Chinese.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I like Taylor.
They're very good drawings.
They're really
that
good.
was like me.
I know.
They're really good.
That.
Wow.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, you would.
Good.
That's great.
Love
Oh.
Oh, I love that.
That's really good, aren't they?
Coming up towards the end. So I get more. Then we put a little gallery on Facebook.
You're welcome.
And sometimes, if you're lucky, Jennifer Corker sometimes does a embroidery.
Does a what? Oh, see, I think you. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, Ted's. Hi, Ted's. Mr. Ted's. He comes down here a lot.
Does he?
Yeah. Does a quiz at Wayne's pub.
You should get Julia to come down and do a tarot.
She comes and DJs sometimes.
She does do the tarot. Her tarot's amazing.
I had to do it once. It gave me the creeps. I didn't like it.
She did it with me at Flora's last summer.
Yeah.
And with a smoke machine. It was so much fun.
Oh.
Really good. I love her.
But I did it once and I just made it all up. And people were taking it really seriously. It freaked me out. I didn't really like it. All I made up, they were going, oh, yeah, that's right. And then told me all their innermost feelings. You know me, I'm not one for innermost feelings. Oh, I was embarrassed. Oh, Rebecca didn't draw. She just liked the chat.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. There's Julia.
Julia is there.
Thanks, Julia.
And
go, girl.
And Jason Malloy. He lives around the corner. And Martin from Equal Friends in Finsbury Park. Oh, sometimes it makes you feel lovely inside because people like it so much.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said to you, this whole COVID thing's made people really creative. And just like things like this are really amazing. It's just like, it gives people structure for a start and it gives people hope and it's just like a really good thing to do. It's a really good feeling thing for people to do.
People look forward to their they say we look forward to Mondays. It's a special little treat for us. And then I've got my quiz tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Oh, yeah,
what time is the quiz?
Oh, they want 3 hours next time.
Buy the fucking book when it comes up. So anyway, you just go and watch if you haven't seen it, go and watch Fat Tony Mix Mag YouTube. Go and watch it.
I must watch it. Do you know
most famous
Oh, look, isn't it lovely that everyone loves it? Oh, I can't thank you enough. I've enjoyed because I hardly ever talk to you. So
when the gig's over, I'm going to come and see you.
Oh, please do.
I will, because I've been wanting to come to see you for ages.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to come. Because I'm going to see my mum. The gargoyle. Thank you. At the top of the building. There you go.
Debbie, thanks.
Because that would have been on my mind today.
Great.
Can you see Taylor? You can see Taylor. She's asleep on the sofa. Look, let me take you to Taylor.
Because Taylor's going to love all his pictures. They'll all be up on Facebook soon.
You disgendered her then. It's a she. Here's Taylor's monkey.
Can I call them they? Can I be modern?
Yeah, no. Miss Kimberly across the road said that to me. She said, oh, my dog is so gender neutral. I was like, fuck off. Gender neutral. Thank you. Thank you, Motomo.
Oh, she's local.
Is
She
she?
lives down the road. Do you remember her? She was all friends of the near-naturists.
Oh, was she? One of that lot?
She lives in Bexhill, yeah.
Shut up, Siri. Fucking drives me mad, that HomePod.
Oh, I've got one. Doesn't play much.
Siri, stop.
Oh, hang on. I've got another picture here I'm going to send. Oh, it's lovely by Nikki Grace. Let me just send that to go into the thing.
Which alarm would you like me to turn off?
Hey, Siri, stop.
Oh, I haven't told everyone who's next week. Hang on.
Who is next week?
Next week, I've got a local girl, a little bit different to you, Tony. She was a refugee, and now she helps all the refugees herself. But she used to go to all the clubs and everything. What's her name? Rosanna Leal.
What's her name?
I can't hear you. Rosanna Leal.
Okay.
You're too far away now. I can't hear
sorry,
you.
there you go.
And so she's going to be the model next week. She's a lovely girl and a local girl. So very interesting.
Well, that's nice. Bye, Tony. Catch up.
Let me just see. I've got another picture posted for. Let me show you. Hang on. Oh. See, I've got pictures on here now. I can't find them. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because they'll all be up on Facebook soon. So thank you. And if you would like to donate, it's somewhere on the website to whatever it was. Tina, she's all the way from Bangkok. We're international, Tony, not just local.
I'll let her off. She's got Taylor on, but that's how they spell it in Bangkok. With a Y.
That, yeah, doing things with Victoria
Who would have thought you not in Hastings would be like international? Who would have thought it?
I know. Who would have thought this little funny
thing? It's all got that market since Stephen Linnard moved down there, of course.
Oh, bless him.
It's like Paris, Milan, New York, St. Leonard's.
I know. All of the same place.
All the capital fashions in the world. Thanks to Stephen Linnard putting St. Leonard's back on the map.
I know, bless
St. Leonard's School of Fashion.
I know. Right. So I suppose we finished now then.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Tony. It was lovely. I've enjoyed it so much. So I hope everyone else did as well. So tomorrow is my quiz at 8. Then next Monday, 3 o'clock with Rosanna, who will have stories not about drug addiction, but about refugees. I like to change the subject a lot.
Yeah, you do.
She's a lovely girl and local too.
Thanks a lot, guys. I've had a really nice afternoon. Thank you.